Hi, this is Delana Banana, and I'm going to show you how I did my daughter Essie's yarn twists, Seahawks style. And first I'll have you come over, you can take a look. I did her hair yesterday, and this took about just under 2 hours. I want you to take a look at all the partings. They're not perfect. That's one of the things that I always emphasize is don't worry too much about partings, because on a 4-year-old, you just want to get it done, and really they're going to mess it up anyway. This will stay in for about a month, so I don't need it to stay any longer than that because she'll need a new hairstyle by then anyway. So as you can see, all the little partings, and they're not perfectly done. So first off, what you're going to want to do is grab yarn. I picked black. I always put black in because her hair is black and I don't want her to look like a clown. So I picked blue and green because of Seahawks. You're going to cut all the yarn ahead of time, and I made this about this long because you need to keep in mind that it's actually going to be folded over. You're going to do the twisting, and then you're going to cut off the ends. So always make it longer than you want it to be. You're going to want the piece of yarn to be at least twice as long as you want the actual hair to be. So unfortunately, since I did all of Essie's hair yesterday, I'm going to have to show you how to do the twist on Doc McStuffins here. But you will get the same idea, and I promise next time I do a tutorial, my husband will be around. Okay, so I'm going to show you on Doc McStuffins here. Obviously, she's a little bit thin, so you're going to have to imagine that there's hair inside here like on a normal person. And the section is going to be about, as you can see, this big. It's like 1 inch, maybe. You're going to part it down the middle, like so. You're going to grab your yarn, and I'm using about 5 pieces of black, 2 pieces of blue, and 1 piece of green. Don't worry too much about getting every strand the exact same amount of strings. As long as you're within 1 or 2, you're good. They're going to look pretty even. So you're going to put it into the middle. You're going to take your yarn, split it in half, hold the middle, and you're going to place it right in the middle of these two. And you're going to immediately start twisting one of the sides, okay? So I'm going to twist this side in until it's kind of tight in there. I'm going to take the other side, and I'm going to twist it the opposite way while you still hold the one side. So that's kind of the tricky part. So essentially, these are being twisted opposite ways, but once you get it anchored in, once you've twisted enough, you're going to pull this top one down, and you're going to see that they're both twisted to the right, this direction. Okay? So now you're going to twist to the right while you fold it over to the left. Just like this. So see, I'm still twisting to the right, but I'm putting them over to the left. And you can kind of start to see this is how it's anchored in. This is why the hair does not come out, because it's completely anchored in there. You're going to keep twisting as long as you want the hair to be. So on Essie's case, she has a short bob, and so I would just twist however long I wanted it to be. Once you get it to the point that you want it, you stop. You're going to get a rubber band, a tiny black rubber band, and you're just going to secure it there. Okay, keep in mind, now Doc McStuffins has pretty long hair, so I would have to keep going down because you would not want to cut her actual hair. So normally you would twist it all the way down, but for this, we're just showing that you take a rubber band and then you cut off all the excess. Essie's hair is not this long, so her hair would probably only be going to about here.
Wait,
so once it's, yeah. So
you just touch it, and then it would come off.
You tell them how.
You do this.
And then we burn it.
And you do the brown band.
Okay, so I'm just going to show, we just have a tiny black rubber band. And I'm going to secure it with this.
Mama, you just do this.
And then what I will do is, normally there won't be any hair here. It'll just be yarn, and you're going to cut it right about there. And the rest of it you can kind of see on the WordPress blog, DelanaBanana.com. You want me to show the bangs? Okay, so for the bangs, they are a little different because you can see they're not as big. So I took smaller partings. You can see they're pretty small. And I only took 3 pieces of black yarn. I didn't put any of the colors in. That way, if she ever wants to hide some of the colors, she can. And then because her hair was actually longer than I wanted the bangs to be, I kind of doubled the hair underneath when I twisted. So that way, yeah. Another thing to keep in mind, her hair lays really well, and that's because I actually part it to the side where I want her hair to stay the whole month. I want it to stay parted. These pieces, I kind of start lower so that it gives it an actual part rather than just being sporadically all over in her head. That way it lays better. Also for this one, for the bob, you can see these ones I made shorter. Just the way, since I'm a hairstylist, I think I was thinking of layers to make it so it tapers under. So if these were all the same length, it would be pretty bulky down here, but I wanted it to taper in. So I made these ones shorter so that they could taper in. And at the very end, once you've cut everything and you're all completely done, you're going to go back through and get a lighter, and you're going to burn the ends of her hair. Be careful, and I always have a water cup nearby. I'll light it, burn the end, just so that these taper a bit. So then they're not completely frayed out like
Mama,
yarn. And then once they've been burned, I put them in water, so that way I'm never burning her.
Mama.
And so that part, just be careful. It's a little dangerous.
Mama.
But anyway, she's super cute. Essie, how do you like your hair?
Blue and black.
Do you like it?
Yeah, and Papa has that shirt.
Yeah.
Matches.
And his shirt matches your hair? That's awesome. Okay, cool. Well, this is Essie and Delana Banana, and we're signing out. You can look at more tutorials. You can follow me on Pinterest, Delana Banana. DelanaBanana.com is my blog, and you can find me on Facebook and on Instagram. Thanks.